Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate Santana. I am a wife and a mom of getting close to 3-year-old Olivia Joy and 4-month-old Eden Elizabeth, who has been joining me for the last few videos because her and her sister never nap at the same time. Today I'm going to give you some tips for keeping an organized home with young kids. This is not an easy task and I am not perfect at it by any means. I am preaching to myself as well, but these tips I have found to be extremely helpful in trying to organize the chaos of living with a toddler and a newborn at home all day, every day. Tip number 1 is just to purge constantly. I actually have a yard sale pile right now accumulating in the room next door because I have found that if there are things we haven't used in over 6 months, I am getting rid of them. Whatever doesn't sell at the yard sale, I am taking to the thrift store, and this is something I do regularly. The more you have in your house, it's just a simple fact, the more you're gonna have to clean up and the more you have to organize. If you haven't used something, get rid of it. Number 2 is to touch everything once. I am not perfect at this, but it is the goal. That means if you are going to clean up, once you pick an item up, do not put it in an in-between spot where you then need to pick it up again and move it to another spot and then pick it up again and move it to its final home. A way that I'm definitely guilty of this is like putting things on the stairs and then they stay on the stairs for a few days and then somebody finally decides to take them up to the hallway landing and then they stay in the hallway landing for a while and then they finally find their place upstairs. It is much easier if you just touch everything once. So the first time it's in your hand, take it to its final place in the house. That way you don't have all these little piles that are like pit stops that never actually get put away. That leads me to number 3, which is that everything should have its place. Pretty easy to say, not as easy to do. Even if that place is in the attic or in storage, you don't have to clean things up that are in the attic. So if you know you're not going to use it for a while, but you don't want to completely get rid of it, go ahead and put it someplace where you keep stored items in your home. Eden just wants to look at the camera, don't you, honey? Yeah, you just want to look at the camera. Everything should have a place. If it doesn't have a place, go back to number 1 and purge it. Number 4, I hate this one, but it's so true, is do not sit down. After the kids go either for a nap or to bed, if you sit down, at least if I sit down, I'm pretty much done for the night. My phone might come out, I might start scrolling, and I'm not gonna clean up. So it's always a good idea to just not sit down, get right to the task at hand, organize, put away, declutter, whatever you need to do, and then relax. Number 5 is to pick the right container. So is it something where you need to access this item often, either every day or every other day, something like that, then put it in an open basket. I love the way that baskets look around the house for items that are used very often. If it's something that you want to store for several weeks or months, use a clear bin, or it doesn't need to be clear. You could also just put some tape and a label on the top of the bin, but I would pick a bin with a lid if you're not going to use the item very often. If it's an item that you know you want to keep in a drawer or in a closet, there are specific drawer and closet organizers that you can also look into that work perfectly for those spaces so that when you open the closet or the drawer, it doesn't look just like a junkyard, which honestly some of mine do, but we're getting there. My last tip is just to be realistic. One thing I've noticed recently is if I go a day and I give Olivia some screen time, it's like, oh wow, the house isn't that messy, this is kind of good, but it's not really the right reinforcement because she didn't have an awesome day sitting in front of the TV. I may feel better that I don't have cleanup, and of course some days that's necessary, but it's actually better for her in the long run on those days where the house just has everything pulled out, every toy, every arts and crafts item, etc., and I have a lot to clean up at the end of the day. It really is a sign that she had a great day just exploring, being creative, using her imagination. And so be realistic with the fact that a perfectly clean house doesn't necessarily equal a great day for your kids. So you have to find that balance that works for both of you guys, but it's okay if you go to bed bed and not every single thing is perfectly organized, it means that your kid probably had a good day. So I hope that this was helpful. It was short and quick and easy when it comes to tips for moms keeping things organized. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stick around. Please go ahead and like this video and comment if you have any other tips for keeping your house organized with young kids. That is it for today, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.